Welcome to the Chris, Wanda, and Liam show. Chris broadcasting from Saudi Arabia. This is the, pre-Ecuador Honduras. They're coming out right now, and we have had two games today. Post-review, Italy, Costa Rica, and the France-Switzerland game. Let's do the Italy-Costa Rica. Costa Rica continues to astound. I actually thought the Italians would give them a better game. Obviously for England, I was hoping that Italy would win, but now with this, England goes home and they deserve to go home. But Italy, I believe I did the halftime show. I said they needed to eke out a draw. They're in a dogfight. The big ones are going home. Spain's going home. England's going home. Italy might be right behind them against Uruguay. And Uruguay has not done anything spectacularly. But I think Italy's going to struggle with Suarez and Cavani. They did not look good. It seemed to me a ragged team. Yes, they had some opportunities with Balotelli and a couple shots, and there were some nice saves, but it seemed very uninspired. They switched their lineup around a little bit, but they were lucky they didn't lose that 2-0 against Campbell with Costa Rica. Again, he's a handful. And I'm not an expert on the Costa Ricans individually. As a team, they play 5 back, and they either play a 5-4-1, or today it looked like they played a 5-2-3. It worked. They took Italy apart a couple times. Huge goal at halftime, and then they defended and controlled the ball really well. My hat's off to them. They're going through. But we'll see with how good they do in the knockout round. Right now, they're overachieving, so good luck to them, and congratulations. Whether they can continue to do it against the European teams, except for Holland, they probably will. Against other teams such as Mexico or Brazil, again, I think they rely a lot on Campbell up front to cause problems, and they defend really well. So, again, it's the hot keeper, it's the hot defense, it's, can you eke out a cheap goal? That sometimes wins ball games. So to me, the jury's out on Costa Rica, but they're to the next round. Okay. Italy, they play Uruguay. Basically, the winner goes through. Uruguay, I think, has less on goal differential if it's a draw, but I don't think the way games are being played today, there isn't going to be a draw. Uruguay plays smart, shuts down Italy. You have Suarez and Cavani. I think we're looking at Uruguay's going to bounce back from their opening loss to Costa Rica to go through. Italy is in trouble. So we'll see. Okay, second game I saw, France, Switzerland. I was wrong on this one. I thought it was going to be a tight game. I have called France my dark horse team. They played really well. They could have been up 7 or 8-0. They should have maybe won, with the penalty kick by more. I'll give it to the Swiss. They were shell-shocked, but they kept fighting. They ended up getting 2 goals at the end. Now, depending on the Honduras Equidor game is where Switzerland will kind of sort out with the French going through. The French team, other than one position, looks very solid. In the Hugo Lloris, very good keeper. The Varane in the middle, and it's either Sacco or Sisseko who play in the middle. The other one plays a midfielder, Avra on the left. Now, their weakness is what I called earlier the slow white boy in Debouche. Finally saw his name today. I'm a slow white guy. I understand that, but you can play smart defense, and I always seem to see the back of his jersey as he's chasing the winger. Either he's completely out of the plane, not going to catch him, or he's getting ready to do one of his slide tackles in the penalty area. He got away with a couple today. He should have gotten a yellow card on one, and he caught the ball in the penalty area in Switzerland on the other when it was still a game. He has their one weak point on the right defending spot that teams have not taken advantage of yet. Okay? But the rest, Giroud, Valbuena, and Karim Benzema. I haven't seen Benzema play this well ever. Okay, I haven't seen his earlier years. I've seen him play with the Real Madrid and make some plays. He is a man on fire. He had a goal taken away from him on an own goal the first game. He had a goal at the end he hit. They didn't count because of time. He had a missed penalty kick, and he comes back and scores anyway. He had a beautiful assist for the fifth goal. I think Sissoko scored it, and he had a beautiful assist for the second goal to Matuidi. He's just playing extremely well. And with Giroud and Valbuena on that front line, and with this Griezmann who can come in, who has got, he's quick, but he goes up for headers. For a small player, he really elevates. He's got some hops in those legs. The front line was very effective, and the midfield. Again, if it's not Sissoko, it's Saki. Tonight they played Kabai, who is out for the next match on yellows. In the middle, they have this Pogba, I believe, who plays in the middle, and you have Matuidi, you have Sissoko, Matuidi, Kabai, and one other in the midfield. This is a team without one of the best players in the world, Frank Ribery, who dominated, I thought, a very good Swiss team. So, again, they're my dark horse to win it all. But, somebody's going to figure out their weak on that right defensive side. We'll see. They play in the next game. I think they're through. I haven't thought out the math, but with 6 points, they play Ecuador. That will be a tougher game. Ecuador has a little more pizzazz than the Honduras team. They have a little more speed, a little more striking power, but they're as undisciplined as Honduras is. So I think France will start looking to the next round. Switzerland has to play Honduras and now needs a victory to get through to the next round. A lot of people think they're lucky to beat Ecuador. They were lucky to get the win. Luck didn't have anything to do with it, but again, they were close to just being a 1-1 draw with them. And quite frankly, Ecuador didn't defend the first goal very well either. So, Switzerland's got a little bit more work to do. So, this game, obviously, Honduras, Ecuador, draw. France is definitely through. A victory by one or the other. If Ecuador wins, that will, Switzerland's going to have to take Honduras seriously. If Honduras wins, Switzerland's going to have to take Honduras very seriously because they will both have momentum, and basically the two of them are playing winner goes through, winner take all. So, should be interesting. And we'll start looking forward to tomorrow's matches. Obviously, I'm very much looking forward to the United States against Portugal. Go USA. Things are lining up a little too nicely with Pepe out, red card, suspension. Contreras probably out, but CR7 has a nice bag on his knee. Never take that. That's the game that the guy comes out sore knees, limps around, and scores 3 goals. And the U.S. has its own injuries. Josie Altidore will probably not be ready. There's talk about Dempsey with the broken nose not being ready, although he says I already played a half with a broken nose. I would love to celebrate. I'm just not there yet. I think it's going to be a tough match against Portugal. This is, a pride of a team that some of these guys are playing titles in league play. They know how to win. And while, again, head and heart, obviously Hearts USA, head, I don't know. So, looking forward to it, but I'll look at the other games and we will broadcast later. And I'm going to just kind of sit back and relax and catch the Honduras Equidor game. So, happy World Cup, and be broadcasting later.